The movie The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise, came out on December 5th, 2003. Oh, by the way, today is December 5th, International Ninja Day. So we are here today to talk about International Ninja Day. Again, not just national, we're going international again. Ninja Day got its start all the way back in 2003, and you'll see why what I said at the outset kind of makes sense here in a minute. The parody website Ninja Burger was actually the place that came up with this holiday. The whole premise of that website is that ninjas have taken to delivering fast food anywhere in the world, deliver anything within 30 minutes. And then to take it a step further, I'll add that they had sold out to Uber Eats and Grubhub. Not to be confused, though, with the Japanese McDonald's menu, the Ninja Chicken Burger. Totally different thing. So this all came from that parody website, Ninja Burger. And they chose December 5th because that's the day that the movie, The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise, came out. So that's where that all ties in together. So we'll start right off with a by-the-way fact. And here it is. Ninjas have really got nothing to do with the black garment and masks that they're known for wearing. That's just a thing that's kind of gotten attached to ninjas, and it's just been carried on for years. They actually first got that stereotype in Japanese kabuki theaters because it made them look more dramatic in the scenes, the black outfits, and that just kind of stuck. So when people think of ninjas, they think of them dressed in all black, but that's not really the case at all when you go back to the original ninjas. And ninjas, or they were sometimes called shinobis, they were at their peak in the 15th and 16th centuries in Japan. They were trained to be spies and mercenaries. And when Japan was unified in the 17th century, ninjas had become obscure, and they were obscure to the point that even stories about ninjas had become a topic of mystery. People weren't even sure if what was real and what wasn't. So ninjas actually they were recruited from lower classes of people, and they were recruited because they would become part of a higher society, the promise of a better life, basically. They were trained right off the bat to be very secretive. They weren't allowed to talk about anything. They had to kind of work in the shadows. They had to be silent but accomplish their mission. That was their goal. Whatever they were told to do, they could be in this higher society, but they had to do it silently, quietly, and they had to be effective at doing it. There are a few different roles that ninjas were used for. The chief role a ninja was used for was espionage. They were trained in disguise, and they'd skillfully obtain all sorts of information to be brought back and used by the people that had hired these ninjas for espionage. A second main usage for ninjas was sabotage. So we go from espionage to sabotage. And they were used primarily to sabotage castles and camps to make a larger scale attack easier. So they'd go in ahead of the armies, do what they had to do, sneak out quickly, and then the army would come in and finish the job. An assassination was the third use for ninjas, but that really wasn't as common. That generally happened to leaders. And there were many leaders throughout Japan's history that have been killed and their deaths have been attributed to ninjas. But because so little was written about it, it was so secretive, and the assignments were so secretive and destroyed after the fact, it can't actually be proven that they were actually assassination by ninjas, but it's very likely that many of these leaders throughout Japanese history were. So how are we celebrating International Ninja Day now that we know a little bit about them? Well, I'm not going to recommend dressing up in a ninja costume, jumping out of nowhere, and pushing an old lady down while she's crossing the road. That's not how we're going to celebrate the day today. You could play the classic Vanilla Ice Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle inspired song, Go Ninja Go. You can probably find that on Spotify, Apple Music. If you really want a throwback, that'd be a nice theme song for the day. You could watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You could play the video game. You could also play other video games that have to do with ninjas like Shinobi or Ninja Gaiden. You could watch the movie this day is dated for, The Last Samurai. Can't say I recommend it, but it's something you could do. Or you could go to a comedy route, and as far as a movie goes, and you could watch Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja. Or if you've ever just wanted to dress up like a ninja at work and be sneaky, today's the day to do it. You have every excuse and every right to do it. Just no assassinations, maybe just keep it to mild espionage, and I think everything would be okay for you. So that's our day today, International Ninja Day. You can go to our website, bythewaytodayis.com. You can get more information about us, older episodes. You can subscribe, rate, and follow the podcast there. And come back tomorrow, and we'll have a new day to celebrate together. Talk to you then. If you enjoy By the Way Today Is, please be sure to follow, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. If you have a holiday that you'd like to have talked about, please email it to btwtodayis@gmail.com.